I am completing 10 days without using any source of pornography and masturbation. For those who have not seen my previous video where I discuss pornography addiction and specifically my particular case, I strongly suggest you watch the video linked in the description. At this first moment, my challenge is not to consume pornography and not to masturbate. In fact, I want to avoid using the word challenge. It implies something that I'm simply going to do to achieve a goal, when in fact I want to create a permanent habit in my life. It is important to highlight here that I really don't think that masturbation causes many problems, as long as it's done without exaggeration. But the fact that masturbation and pornography are so linked to each other nowadays makes this measure necessary. In my life, masturbation was so influenced by pornography that, often, both practices seems to merge as one. So, pornography will be eliminated from my life. Regarding masturbation, I will avoid it for as long as I can. When I masturbate, it will be unaccompanied by pornography. Ultimately, I believe that if a person is not in a relationship or is not sexually active, this release is occasionally necessary for man's own health. Depriving myself of this for a very long time is madness and only contributes to the disuse of your penis. Now, returning to my current state, I completed 10 days without any use of pornography or masturbation. And here is a small summary of my sensations during this time. During the first 2 or 3 days, there is a clear feeling of discouragement, tiredness, and apathy. In all my attempts to stop using, the feelings have always been the same. It is as if your body no longer has the motivation to exist. At times, even without the slightest bit of lust, I thought about giving in to pornography to gain some kind of stimulation in my day. At the day 3 to 5 without using pornography, although my mood improved slightly, my libido practically disappeared. I had the feeling that my masculinity was disappearing. Again, this symptom almost always happens to me when I stop using it. Even so, I relaxed and understood that it was a temporary state. Between the day 5 and 6, without using it, my libido improved. The mood, although still low, seemed more stable to me. From the seventh day onwards, I had a huge increase in libido. During some moments of the day, I started to fantasize about sexual moments in my head, and I received great stimulus. This is quite interesting. It is good to be able to get aroused without using an external source. This is a feeling that encourages you to remain firm and strong. Imagine that the long term consequence will be. It was from the seventh day onwards that I decided to add an ice cold bath to my routine. It is exactly what I mentioned in the previous video. When you implement a positive habit in your routine, other positive habits are attracted. Between the 8th and the 10th day, that is where I am now, I feel that my libido remained at the same level as on the 7th day. Sometimes I catch myself imagining scenes and creating scenarios in my head. Fantasy should be part of our lives. It is good when our brain returns to that adolescent state and starts to wonder about the female body. It was on the 10th day that I started reading again. It has been a while since I had the patience and willingness to do this. I have to say, during those first 10 days, sometimes I flirted with the temptation of watching porn. But the fact that I committed to posting videos reporting my progress was one of the factors that definitely held me back. However, I want this to not be my only form of security. I also want to hold on the benefits that the practice has bringing to me. And looking to the future, I want to find out what benefits lie in store for me. After all, as I mentioned in the last video, the maximum time I could go without consuming pornographic content was 59 days, a period in which I received very positive feedbacks. I wonder what, for example, 90 days would hold for me, or 150 days, or 300 days. The number of opportunities that could arise for me in the meantime are enormous, and I will only discover and witness if I fulfill this obligation, which is primarily for the betterment of my life. A small summary of my first 10 days. As positive points, my libido increased. Although it's not yet at the level that I want, it is a clear sign of improvement. I am also more willing to do exercise, which is allowing me to develop a daily routine. I also implemented cold baths. I started reading books again, and overall, I am in a slightly more positive mood. What I want to improve in the future is my ability to focus and work. Currently, I continue to procrastinate many things in my life, especially in academic life, which brings me a certain unnecessary amount of stress. Furthermore, I want to stop flirting with the idea of going back to watching porn in moments of boredom. I need to make substitutions and internalize that this will not be a practice that will bring me true satisfaction. And this was my report of 10 days without porn and masturbation. I intend to bring a new report when 30 days have passed. See ya.